What's up everyone, I'm Wyatt with Rate Up Gaming, and today we're going to be taking a look at the mana board for World Flipper and kind of how to use it, what it does, dive into a whole breakdown for you guys so it'll be easy for you to understand. Let's say you just started playing World Flipper, you got your characters, you're playing through the game, and all of a sudden your characters aren't hitting as hard. They're not doing a lot of things, and you're like, what's happening, what's wrong? So you go over to the character screen, you take a look at your character, you tap the ability tab, and you're looking at these abilities, and you scroll down and you see these lock screens here, and you're going, what in the world? Why are my character skills locked? I don't know what's going on. How do I unlock them? Well, I'm going to show you guys. If we tap the mana board, that's where all the magic happens to make your unit stronger. So we're going to tap mana board up here, and this is the first screen that you're met with. And if you go ahead and pinch to zoom out, scroll over, you're going to see a lot of little nodes going on. And if you're like, well, what are these? What do they do? How do I know which one to level up first? Should I level up all of them? All of these nodes that you guys see here on your screen have a very important relevance to how your character performs and what they can do on your teams. So if you go ahead and look at the nodes in front of us, you notice that there are smaller ones and larger ones. And you will see that there are 4 larger ones to be exact. So we have the 4 large nodes, kind of a path going in between to the smaller nodes. What these large nodes are your character's abilities. So if we go ahead and select that first big node here, in the upper left-hand corner of the window that pops out, you guys will see Ability 1. It will say the required level to unlock in the upper right-hand corner, and it will show your current level of the unit that you're trying to unlock this for. So what Ability 1 means, on that prior screen when we were looking at the character abilities, and we saw that list of abilities with the locks next to it, that's what this ability is. That's that first ability in the list with the lock. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to unlock this first ability to show you guys how it changes on the character screen. But you might go, Wyatt, there's a book in front of it. There's a little yellow book and it's glowing. What the heck is that book? So if we click the book, it's going to be the character's episodes. And all this is this is going to unlock a character story kind of little thing you can view. And it shows more about the character, gives you some gems to roll more with. It's totally free to unlock, and this is the first step that's going to come off that character node. So you guys can go ahead, unlock the character story node for free. Doesn't cost anything, it just kind of progresses those little episodes so you can get more lore on the character. Now, if we go to that main statue I just referenced and we click unlock, you have the required materials, and I'll show you guys where to get those in this video. Go ahead, click unlock. We'll unlock the first major ability. And once this is unlocked, if we go back and take a look at our character screen, look at those details, that first lock is now gone. So we unlock that first Ability 1 node. The ability on our character screen is now unlocked. So now Toronto has 1 ability. You can tap back to mana board. Now we're back on the mana board. Now if we look at that large node that we just unlocked to get that first ability, we have a kind of tree branch growing off of it with little nodes pertaining to that first large node that we unlocked. And what these little guys do, if we go ahead and select one right next to that first ability node, these are going to upgrade that ability to make it stronger. So when you guys see these large nodes and the little branches coming off of it, those little nodes will unlock and make your main ability pertaining to the tree you're selected on, will make that ability stronger as you go. What I would like to do is I would like to keep going to the next big statue. I want to show you guys what happens when we get all of these large nodes unlocked. This is going to play a big important role to how you evolve your characters. So to get to the next one, we'll continue down the line. I can just select that major node. This will give me the required level, what ability it is, so we can see that this is for Ability 2. If I go ahead and select unlock, this will unlock all of the paths on the road leading to that ability. So you guys will notice we unlock that second ability node, the main one here, and the 2 little nodes in between are unlocked as well. So we kind of made a path to the second ability. So now Toronto has her 2 abilities. She's got some locks still. As we move along the road, you'll notice that the next node is grayed out. So we'll select it, and you're going, well, why can't I level this up? In the upper right-hand corner of the window that pops up, you'll notice you'll see your current level, the level required. And so we are under-leveled to unlock this node. And we can go ahead, hit the back arrow, level up really quick by tapping the level up icon in the upper left-hand corner. So if you've stored up XP as you've been playing and grinding out, you can go ahead and get it to that required level of 25. So now we're at 25. You can back up, go back to the mana board, scroll over to that ability, and as you guys can see, it's now glowing because we hit that required level. So when you guys select the third node here, you'll notice that it says Enhance Skill in the upper left-hand corner of the window. It doesn't say Ability 3. What this icon is doing, and you'll notice as you go through different characters' mana boards, you'll see this kind of node that has a star in the middle. This is going to be upgrading your skill. So it's going to be reducing the amount of time needed to activate your skill. It's going to be increasing the invulnerability you have when you power flip and your units push up. They get that barrier when they're moving forward. This is going to increase the invulnerability of that and also make it so your skill needs less distance traveled to activate your ulti. So if we unlock this, this will let you know that your gauge is being increased. And now we only have one more major node left. So selecting that last major node, you can see again that this is now requiring you to move up in level. So I'm level 25, level 40. I'm going to go ahead and get my character up to level 40. Show you guys what happens when you unlock this last node. All right, guys, we got Shirano to level 40. So the node on the board is now glowing to let us know that we can unlock this final large node. We go ahead and select it. You'll notice in the upper left-hand corner, it says ability 3. There's something very important about ability 3s right now for all these units that you're going to be leveling up. You go ahead and read the text of ability 3. It references that when this unit is a main unit. What main unit means is when that unit is in the front row of your team. So it's not supporting, it's in that front row, it will get the ability 3. So the ability 3 can only be applied if it's in the front row. Your back row units will not give this ability to the unit that they're supporting. It's only going to be used in that front row, which is very important. But if I go ahead and select unlock on this last large node on the mana board, we'll go ahead, give me that last ability, and you'll notice that Shirano will actually evolve. It will just automatically trigger that evolution animation. As you guys can see, it just evolves. Your character is now upgraded, give you a little line of text. It increases your HP attack. Your leader talent will upgrade when you evolve. So it is important to be upgrading these units all the way to the point of evolution. Even if they're not going to be used in the front row, they're not going to be able to apply that ability 3 I just talked about. You still want to evolve them because their base stats are going to increase. All right, guys, all the major abilities have been unlocked. All those 4 large nodes are done for Shirano. She has evolved. So the last things here are the little nodes, and those little nodes, whatever large node they're branching off of, they're going to upgrade that ability. And for example, if we go to that star node for that skill gauge, when you guys advance this branch along, this is going to reduce that distance needed to activate the ulti, and it's going to increase that invulnerability as you power flip upwards. So maxing out these mana boards are extremely, extremely relevant. It's going to make your character stronger. It's going to help you kind of advance through these dungeons and beat these bosses, clear these runs that you're trying to do. It's such an integral part of making your characters good, making your team foundation better. All right, guys, going back to Shirano's character screen, if we back up one page here, we take a look at the abilities that we just unlocked. We can see that ability 1, 2, and 3 are now no longer locked. But if you notice, under ability 3, we look at that kind of right here, it will say unit can learn abilities to mana board. And you're going, well, I just unlocked all the nodes. Why is that still locked with a line? This is referring to the character's soul. So the soul allows you to put the ability cores of weapons that you upgrade onto your character, and it acts as a 4th ability for that unit. So how you can do that is you go over to mana board, tap the little platform that's located right next to your character icon. It will say equip ability core, you click OK. And as you guys awaken weapons, you'll be handed these things called weapon cores. And what they do, we select this upper left-hand one for the L-Tide staff core. This is going to have the similar ability to the weapon that you're now inheriting to the character. So if you have a good weapon and you think, man, that's a great ability, I want to have it more on my team to get more damage, or however that weapon's functioning, you can grab the core that you got from Awakening and put it on the character here. So if we equip the core here, it'll let you know that the ability core has been added. We back up, look one more time at the character and go down. That weapon core is now listed as the character's ability 4. The last piece of the mana board that I want to touch on is when you finish it out, when you get it to 100%, no more nodes to unlock, you kind of unlock that last node, you're given an Amity Scroll. And what that is it's a little currency you can use in the trading post. And when your character is at 100% in their mana board, they get this little crown. So if we look at Viren here, he's at 100% mana board. He has that little crown, and that will start appearing above your character's pixels in the menu and stuff when you have completely maxed out this mana board to show you who is done. All right, so if we hop on over to the shop, we go to the trading post. Those scrolls that you guys are receiving for getting these mana boards to 100%, you can use them to trade for these weapons here in the trading post. If you guys are enjoying the World Flipper content, if you'd like to see more World Flipper content or just gotcha content all around, please feel free to hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you'd like to see. And thank you guys again. We're going to hop in and take a look at how to get these mana board materials. A couple ways you guys can grab these mana board materials to keep this mana board upgrading going. You can go to the event tabs on the left hand side, hop into these kaleidoscopes, try to beat the level 50. This will drop you the materials that you need to kind of get that mana board moving forward. And as your team progresses, as you upgrade the mana boards, raise the level of all of your units, you guys are going to be able to take on harder dungeons. So if you want another way to farm these materials, we get boss battles. And if you select any of the boss battles for the element that you're trying to farm, so if we're looking at water, we can go to the Hermit King and click Item Exchange. This is also going to let you trade these coins in for these mana board material items. And you're unlocking these boss battles as you're moving through the story. So every time you clear a story world, you're going to unlock a boss battle that's pertaining to a specific element, so you can kind of snag some mana board materials in those dungeons as well. The third place to grab these mana board materials is actually going to be in the Necropolis. So this is more of endgame, but once you can get to the point of accessing the Kaleidoscope Necropolis after clearing that chapter level 7 in the story, you can hop into the Necropolis. You can pick one of these stages here, and if you look at the informational tab, they're dropping the weapons, they're dropping the mana board, and they're actually dropping this item called the Dreamer's Crest. So in the final parts of the mana board, you're going to need a lot of these crests, and every run will give you one of these when you start doing these Necropolis runs. So if you're able to beat the first part of one of these, or actually any of these Necropolis runs, if you're able to clear that level 50, those are going to net you those consistent Dreamer Crest drops instead of trying to get that low chance in the Kaleidoscope. So this is a pretty good place to grab a good amount of those. All right, guys, that does it for the mana board breakdown coverage that I wanted to do. I hope this helps you guys level up your teams. I hope this helps you build stronger and better foundations and cores for these different builds you're going to do, and help you get through the harder content and kind of clear those Necropolis runs at the end of the day and prep for upcoming events. As always, I appreciate you guys coming out watching these videos. Thank you so much for stopping by, and remember guys, if you hit that thumbs up, it'll help bring my rates up. Peace, guys.